Hi, welcome to Tunapika. I had no intention of making this a YouTube video, but when I was editing it, I figured, this content could be something I can share with you guys. So today we are making a digit cake. As you can see, I'm here with my business partner, my brother. So we have 2 sponge vanilla cakes. So as you've seen, we've just layered the first cake. We want to layer the second one. These are 2 rectangular vanilla sponges. We just use the basic recipe that we use in our cakes. He's taking out the parchment paper, then using a serrated knife, he'll try and layer the cake, cutting it into 2 equal halves. Yeah, this process is not exactly accurate because we don't own a cake leveler as yet, but it yielded pretty decent results. So the first thing is go round the cake, just scoring it a little. Then once you do the whole perimeter of the cake, you take your knife inside so that you level it completely. The palette knife we're using is rather long, so it makes the work quite easier. And yeah, that's it. As you can see, the cakes are rectangular in shape, but I need them shaped into number 3s. So I had a block number 3 printed on an A4 paper, and it's what I'm cutting out to prepare the stencil, which we'll place on top of the cake so that we can cut it out and shape it into a number 3. So this trend of digit cakes is not new. It's something that I've seen before, but I'd never worked on it. So I was pretty excited when a client asked for this cake. Here we are placing the stencil on top of the rectangular cake, so just trying to ensure that the placement is perfect and we've aligned correctly. And we're going to use some toothpick pieces to just secure the stencil on top of the cake so that it does not move as I'm shaping the cake. Ideally, it's best to have chilled these cakes in the fridge so that when you start shaping, there's less crumbs, but we hadn't done so, but the cakes were sufficiently cool. So here I am. I'm using 2 types of knives. I'm using a plain knife and a small serrated knife to help me maneuver around the corners, the curves of the number 3. So trying to go straight so that the 2 layers are equal. Yeah, so just that with a knife, shaving off the excess, the offcuts we'll enjoy at home, or sometimes we share with the kids in the neighborhood. And now the moment of truth.
Okay.
Yay! Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Ata, we don't need to cut huku.
So I repeated the same procedure on the other cakes in readiness to now start the frosting work. So the same way with my knives, cutting out to shape the number 3. So now to tidy up the work surface, at the same time I also started to prepare a simple syrup that's equal parts water and sugar, which I used to moisten the cake. We managed to get a giant cake board for placing our cakes. So here Sam is preparing the outline of how he'll place the 3s. He's using white chocolate ganache, so this will act like the glue where he'll place the cake layers. And yeah, that's it. So I'll leave links in the description bar talking about where you can get like the cake board. Whenever you're making cake that is bound to leave your house to go somewhere else, it's always good to put something at the bottom to act like the glue so that the cake doesn't move around. Here we used ganache, but you can use buttercream or royal icing. And there you have it, the 33s. They look so beautiful. So that's the first layer of the 33s. Using the cooled simple syrup, which is usually made by equal parts sugar and water, put it in a sufuria. Once the sugar dissolves, you let it cool. So I'm feeding it to the cake. So this helps to keep the cake moist. And as you can see, this cake will be semi-naked, and frosting does the work of ensuring the cake doesn't dry out. So the syrup will help. Now to do the frosting. So using a wide round nozzle, Sam is piping white chocolate ganache kisses. So this ones will be like the foundation for the second layer of the cake. So he's doing that for both threes. So once both threes are piped, now he takes the top layers and tries to gently place it on top, trying to align both layers of the cake, ensuring that everything is in place. So he'll do the same for the next number 3. Now that the top layers have been put, I go in with a simple syrup again, just to moisten the top layers of the cake. So I'm just using a spoon. Ideally, if you have a pastry brush, you can use that to brush on the syrup onto the cake layers. Before going ahead to put the final layer of the white chocolate ganache frosting, I'm cleaning around the board, because once we put the frosting, we won't be able to clean. So I'm going in with my brush and just dusting off any excess crumbs, cleaning off the board just to make sure everything looks presentable. Again, we repeat the procedure of piping the white chocolate ganache kisses on the top layer of the cake. And once we're done with this, now we'll place the toppings for the cake. As you can see on the side, we have some berries, some macarons. So all this will go to decorate the cake, which Sam is starting to do. So those are macarons. Unfortunately, we don't make the macarons ourselves. We bought it from a baker. I'll leave the details in the description bar. We painted the edges, the feet of the macarons with some gold luster dust, edible gold luster dust. And then the strawberries were added, and we also made some meringue cookies. Those are the ones that Sam is adding. We had made them the previous night, and those are chrysanthemums or mums. So we covered them with foil at the bottom, and then to be able to make them food safe. Yeah, but those ones are removed before eating. And yeah, so there you go, decorating with strawberries and raspberries, just trying to make it look pretty and yeah, make the cake look gorgeous. And that is how you make a digit cake. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you love the cake as much as we do. From me, Gatweri, Kwaheri. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Mwah.